Angels hold a profound and sacred place in Islamic belief, serving as divine creations of Allah that exist beyond the physical realm. Unlike human beings, who are fashioned from clay and granted free will, angels are formed from pure light, embodying a state of complete obedience to their Creator. They do not possess desires, personal ambitions, or the ability to act against Allah's commands. Their very existence is dedicated to fulfilling the duties assigned to them, operating in absolute submission without hesitation or deviation. In Islamic theology, angels are neither male nor female, nor do they experience human emotions such as pride, envy, or temptation. They remain in a state of perpetual worship, glorifying Allah and executing His will across the universe. Understanding the role of angels is essential to grasping the divine order established by Allah. They serve as intermediaries between the heavens and the earth, playing critical roles in the unseen world that directly influence human lives and the broader cosmic balance. From delivering divine revelations to the prophets to recording human deeds, from guiding nature's forces to administering justice in the afterlife, angels function as the unseen hands that shape the spiritual and physical dimensions of existence. Their presence is constant, though invisible to the human eye, and their duties are carried out with unfaltering precision. Unlike humans, who are tested through free will and moral responsibility, angels operate within a fixed structure of divine servitude, incapable of straying from their ordained purpose. One of the fundamental distinctions between humans and angels lies in the concept of choice. While human beings navigate a world of right and wrong, rewarded or punished based on their decisions, angels are exempt from this moral struggle. They do not experience hunger, fatigue, or personal needs, nor do they engage in earthly activities such as eating, drinking, or sleeping. Their very nature is one of unwavering devotion, an existence entirely dedicated to carrying out Allah's commands. The Quran and Hadith provide numerous accounts of their interactions with humanity, offering glimpses into their immense power, beauty, and roles in the divine plan. They do not seek recognition, nor do they act upon personal emotions. Every action they undertake is an embodiment of divine will. Throughout Islamic teachings, angels are assigned various responsibilities that influence the course of life and the afterlife. Some serve as messengers, delivering revelations to the prophets, while others oversee natural elements, ensuring that rain falls and sustenance reaches all living beings. Certain angels are entrusted with recording human actions, meticulously documenting every deed, while others are stationed as guardians, protecting individuals from harm. Some carry out the solemn duty of questioning souls in the grave, while others enforce the divine justice of the afterlife. Even the end of time itself will be marked by an angel's action, as the great trumpet is blown to signal the final hour. In every aspect of existence, from the moment of birth to the moment of death and beyond, angels play a crucial role in Allah's creation, serving as the unseen forces that maintain balance, justice, and divine order. Jibreel, known as Gabriel in English, is regarded as the most significant and powerful angel in Islam, entrusted with the divine responsibility of conveying Allah's revelations to the prophets. His role as the messenger of revelation places him at the heart of Islamic teachings, making him an essential figure in the history of divine communication. The Quran and Hadith describe him as an awe-inspiring being, one whose presence signifies the direct transmission of Allah's words to His chosen messengers. His importance extends beyond a single moment or prophet, as he has been involved in the revelation of divine guidance throughout human history. The most well-known encounter between Jibreel and a prophet occurred over 1,400 years ago, when he was sent to deliver the first verses of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. This event took place in the cave of Hira, where the prophet had been meditating in solitude. The moment was overwhelming as Jibreel appeared before him and commanded him to read. Trembling, Prophet Muhammad responded that he could not read, to which Jibreel embraced him tightly and repeated the command. This marked the beginning of the revelation of the Quran, a process that would continue for 23 years, with Jibreel acting as the divine intermediary. Every word of the Quran was delivered through him, ensuring its purity and authenticity as the final message to humanity. Jibreel's form is beyond human comprehension, a being of unimaginable majesty and power. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described seeing him in his original form twice. On one of these occasions, Jibreel filled the horizon, and his wings, numbering 600, stretched across the sky in a magnificent display of divine creation. His appearance was so overwhelming that the Prophet was left in awe of his grandeur. However, Jibreel did not always appear in his full angelic form. More often, he took the shape of a man, frequently resembling a companion named Dihya al-Kalbi, known for his striking appearance. This human form allowed him to interact more easily with the Prophet and his followers. One of his most well-known appearances was during a gathering where he came as an unknown traveler and asked the Prophet about the pillars of Islam, faith, and excellence in worship. The Prophet's companions later realized that this man was Jibreel, sent to teach them their religion in a manner that encouraged learning through dialogue. Beyond revelation, Jibreel played a crucial role in guiding Prophet Muhammad in essential acts of worship. He taught him how to perform wudu, the ritual purification before prayer, ensuring that the Prophet would practice and teach the correct method to his followers. He also demonstrated the proper way to perform salah, the foundational act of worship in Islam. This instruction was not merely for the Prophet, but for the entire Muslim community, as every act of worship today follows the same method established through Jibreel's guidance. During the month of Ramadan, Jibreel would visit the Prophet annually to review the Quran with him. This was not only a means of preserving the revelation, but also a profound act of spiritual refinement. In the final year of the Prophet's life, Jibreel came twice during Ramadan to complete the review, signifying the conclusion of the revelation. This final review reinforced the Quran's authenticity and perfection, ensuring that it would remain unchanged and preserved until the end of time. Jibreel's mission was not limited to Prophet Muhammad alone. He was also sent to previous prophets, delivering Allah's messages to those chosen to guide humanity. He played a role in the lives of Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Musa, among others. When Prophet Ibrahim was thrown into the fire by his people, Jibreel was there by Allah's command, ensuring that the flames did not harm him. He also assisted Prophet Musa in his mission to confront Pharaoh, delivering divine support when it was most needed. Throughout history, whenever a prophet was in need, Jibreel was the one sent to strengthen them, offer guidance, and ensure that Allah's commands were fulfilled. His presence was not only felt in times of revelation and instruction, but also in moments of great significance in the Prophet Muhammad's life. When the Prophet experienced hardships, Jibreel provided comfort and reassurance, reinforcing his faith and determination. He was present on the night of the Isra and Miraj, the miraculous journey in which the Prophet was taken to the heavens. Jibreel accompanied him through the various stages of the journey, leading him to the highest point where he stood before Allah. This event further solidified the extraordinary bond between the Prophet and Jibreel, highlighting his role as a divine guide in both earthly and celestial matters. The role of Jibreel is one of unparalleled significance, embodying the connection between Allah and his prophets. His existence serves as a reminder of the divine system through which guidance reaches humanity, ensuring that the truth remains preserved. As the archangel of revelation, he holds a unique status among all angels, a being of immense power, wisdom, and unwavering loyalty to his creator. His duty was fulfilled with the completion of the Quran, yet his impact continues to shape the faith of millions who follow the message he delivered. Mika'il is one of the great angels in Islam, entrusted with overseeing nature and ensuring that sustenance reaches all of Allah's creations. His role extends beyond mere physical provisions, as he is responsible for distributing blessings, guiding the forces of nature, and ensuring that the earth remains a place where life can thrive. Unlike humans, who depend on effort and toil to obtain their needs, Mika'il works unseen, following divine commands to provide rain, direct the winds, and regulate the natural cycles that sustain both human and animal life. His work is a reflection of Allah's mercy, ensuring that every creature receives what is necessary for survival. Rain is one of the most significant elements that Mika'il controls, as it serves as the foundation for agriculture, sustenance, and the nourishment of all living things. Without it, crops would wither, rivers would dry, and famine would spread across the land. The Quran often describes rain as a sign of Allah's mercy, a blessing that revives barren land and brings forth sustenance. Mika'il acts as the intermediary who ensures that this mercy is delivered according to Allah's will. He directs the clouds, commands the winds, and ensures that rain falls where it is needed. Every drop of water that nourishes the earth is delivered under his command, emphasizing his role as a provider and guardian of life's essentials. Beyond controlling rain, Mika'il also governs the winds that shape the earth's climate, allowing for the natural balance that makes life possible. Winds carry clouds across vast distances, bringing rainfall to lands that need it most. They cool the earth, prevent stagnation in the environment, and ensure the circulation of fresh air. His role in guiding the winds is another testament to the divine precision with which the world functions. Every gust of wind, every shift in weather patterns, and every moment of seasonal change occurs within the framework of divine wisdom, with Mika'il as the angel ensuring that these processes unfold as they should. His duties also extend to the provision of sustenance, ensuring that food and resources reach all creatures, from the smallest insects to the largest animals. In the natural world, every being depends on a delicate system in which sustenance is provided at the right time and in the right measure. Predators find their prey, plants receive sunlight, and even the most seemingly insignificant creatures find nourishment. Mika'il is the unseen force behind this divine system, ensuring that provisions are distributed fairly and efficiently. His kindness and mercy are reflected in this process, as he carries out Allah's will to sustain life in all its forms. Unlike humans, who must labor to acquire food and water, angels have no such needs. Mika'il does not eat, drink, or sleep. He is not bound by the limitations of physical existence and does not experience hunger, thirst, or fatigue. His existence is purely dedicated to serving Allah, carrying out his responsibilities without deviation or rest. His role in distributing provisions is not driven by personal gain or necessity, but by absolute obedience to divine command. He does not question, nor does he delay his duties. Every action he takes is in alignment with Allah's wisdom, ensuring that life continues according to the divine plan. Mika'il's presence in the unseen world is a reminder of Allah's mercy and the intricate system that sustains all living things. His duties serve as an assurance that every provision, from the rain that nourishes crops to the wind that cools the air, is part of a greater divine arrangement. Through his unwavering obedience, he upholds the balance of nature, making him one of the most significant angels in the Islamic tradition. His role is not just to sustain physical life, but also to remind humanity of the countless blessings they receive daily, often without realizing the divine forces at work behind them. Israfil is one of the four great angels in Islam, entrusted with a role that marks the final chapter of existence as humanity knows it. His duty is unlike any other, as he is responsible for sounding the trumpet that will signal the end of the world and the beginning of the Day of Judgment. This momentous event is so significant that it is mentioned repeatedly in the Quran and Hadith, emphasizing the magnitude of what will unfold when Israfil carries out his divine command. His role is a constant reminder of the temporary nature of life and the certainty of the hereafter, where all beings will be held accountable for their deeds. He has been prepared for this responsibility since the beginning of time, holding the trumpet close to his lips, awaiting only the command of Allah to begin the final sequence of events that will change the heavens and the earth forever. This sense of imminent action creates a profound sense of urgency. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, once remarked that he could not feel at ease knowing that Israfil was ready, waiting for the moment when Allah's decree would be given. The anticipation of this event serves as a reminder that no one knows when the final hour will come, and only those who live with faith and righteousness will be prepared for what follows. The first sounding of the trumpet will bring an end to all life. This moment will be one of unimaginable destruction, as the entire universe collapses under the weight of divine command. The earth will shake with violent tremors, mountains will crumble into dust, and the seas will boil over as chaos spreads across the world. The skies will split apart, the stars will lose their light, and everything that once existed will cease to be. Every living being, from the mightiest rulers to the smallest creatures, will perish, sparing only those whom Allah wills. The very foundations of existence will be uprooted, and the world will be reduced to nothingness, bringing an end to all earthly affairs. The temporary nature of life will become evident, as the material world will no longer hold any meaning. After a period known only to Allah, Israfil will be commanded to blow the trumpet a second time. This will mark the resurrection of all beings, bringing them back from the dust to stand before their Creator for judgment. The dead will rise from their graves, bewildered and fearful, witnessing the transformation of the world they once knew. No one will be able to escape, as every soul, from the first human to the last, will be gathered together to face the truth of their deeds. The Quran describes this day as one of immense terror and awe, where people will be left in a state of overwhelming realization. Families will no longer look for one another, as every individual will be consumed by the weight of their own fate. The role of Israfil is one of unparalleled significance, as he stands at the threshold between this world and the next. His task is not one of mercy or punishment, but of fulfilling Allah's decree with absolute obedience. He does not act of his own will, nor does he delay his duty. His existence serves as a reminder that everything in this world is temporary, and the real journey begins in the hereafter. The knowledge that he remains ready, trumpet in hand, should serve as a call to reflection, urging believers to prepare for the inevitable day when all souls will stand before Allah. Malik is the angel entrusted with one of the most fearsome responsibilities in the Islamic tradition, serving as the guardian of hell and ensuring that divine justice is carried out upon those who have earned Allah's punishment. Unlike the angels of mercy who bring blessings and guidance, Malik's role is one of strict enforcement, executing Allah's will without hesitation or leniency. His presence in the Quran and Hadith emphasizes the reality of hellfire, serving as a reminder of the consequences that await those who reject the truth and persist in disobedience. His duty is not to offer comfort or intercede on behalf of the condemned, but to oversee the torment of those who have earned their place in the fire. The Quran describes him as a stern and unwavering angel, commanding a host of other angels assigned to maintain the punishment of the wrongdoers. He does not show mercy, nor does he deviate from the role that Allah has assigned to him. His existence is a manifestation of divine justice, ensuring that every soul receives the recompense it deserves. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, spoke of Malik in a hadith, mentioning that he has never smiled since the day hell was created. Unlike other angels who carry messages of hope or bring provisions to the world, Malik's duty places him in the midst of unimaginable torment, where the cries of the condemned never cease. His unwavering seriousness is a reflection of the terrifying reality of hell, a place where even the angel assigned to it shows no sign of joy. This hadith serves as a stark reminder of the gravity of punishment and the need to seek Allah's mercy before it is too late. Despite his fearsome role, Malik does not act out of cruelty or vengeance. Like all angels, he is a servant of Allah, carrying out his duty with absolute obedience. He does not make decisions regarding who enters hell or how long they remain there. That authority belongs to Allah alone. Malik simply ensures that the punishment decreed upon each soul is carried out without delay or deviation. His presence reinforces the concept of divine justice, affirming that those who have rejected faith and committed severe transgressions will face the consequences of their actions. The Quran describes scenes of the inhabitants of hell pleading with Malik, asking for relief from their suffering or even for their existence to be ended so that they no longer endure the torment. But Malik's response is unwavering, reminding them that their punishment has been decreed and that there will be no escape. His role stands as a warning to those who are heedless, urging them to reflect on their actions while they still have the opportunity to seek repentance. The existence of Malik and his unyielding duty serves as a powerful testament to the reality of the afterlife, where justice is served with absolute precision. Munkar and Nakir are two angels assigned with the solemn responsibility of questioning souls in the grave, marking the first stage of the afterlife for every human being. Their role is pivotal, as they determine the state in which a person will remain until the day of judgment. As soon as the deceased is placed in their grave and the final moments of the burial conclude, these two angels appear, confronting the soul with three fundamental questions. Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet? These questions are not simply matters of memorization, but a test of one's true faith and belief during their lifetime. For those who lived with sincerity in their faith, the answers will come naturally, spoken with certainty and peace. A believer will confidently respond that their Lord is Allah, their religion is Islam, and their prophet is Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Upon answering correctly, they will be rewarded with comfort in their grave, where the space will expand and a window to paradise will open, allowing them to experience its fragrance and tranquility. This state of peace will remain with them until the final resurrection, as they await their eternal reward in the hereafter. However, for those who lived in hypocrisy or disbelief, the moment of questioning will be filled with terror. They will stumble, unable to answer with conviction, and instead will respond with uncertainty or confusion. They may claim that they do not know, or they might attempt to utter words they did not truly believe in during their lifetime. In response, Munkar and Nakir will declare that they knew this soul would fail, sealing their fate with a punishment that begins immediately. The grave will tighten around them, causing immense suffering, and a window to hell will be opened, exposing them to its horrors. Darkness and torment will become their companions, a grim prelude to what awaits them on the day of judgment. Hadith literature describes Munkar and Nakir as having an intimidating and fearsome presence, with dark complexions and blue or black eyes, adding to the terror of their arrival. Their sudden appearance in the grave is enough to instill overwhelming fear, even in the strongest of souls. The encounter with them is inescapable, as every individual, regardless of status, wealth, or power, must face this questioning alone, without any form of assistance or intercession. This moment in the grave serves as a reminder that true faith is not merely words spoken during life, but a deeply held belief that manifests in actions. Those who lived with sincerity and devotion will find ease in this encounter, while those who neglected their faith or lived in hypocrisy will experience immediate regret and suffering. The role of Munkar and Nakir stands as a powerful lesson about the reality of the unseen and the certainty of the hereafter, urging every soul to prepare for the moment when they will face these angels in their solitary grave. Raqib and Atid are two angels assigned to every human being, silently and meticulously recording every action performed throughout life. These angels accompany each individual from the moment they come into existence until their final breath, never leaving their side for even a moment. Their duty is absolute, ensuring that nothing goes unnoticed, whether it is a whisper of kindness or a hidden act of wrongdoing. Every thought, word, and deed is documented with unwavering precision, forming a complete record that will be presented on the day of judgment. Positioned on either side of a person, Raqib sits to the right, recording every good deed, while Atid remains on the left, documenting every sin. Their presence is constant, though unseen, serving as silent witnesses to the choices each individual makes. The Quran mentions their role explicitly, stating that no word is spoken except that it is recorded by an observer. This highlights the profound nature of their responsibility, reinforcing the idea that every action, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, will have consequences in the hereafter. Their record-keeping is not influenced by emotion, bias, or personal judgment. They do not interfere with human actions or offer guidance. Their role is purely to document. Whether an act of charity is performed in secret or a transgression is committed in the dark, it is written down with absolute accuracy. The knowledge that Raqib and Atid are always present serves as a powerful reminder that nothing escapes the divine record. Their presence should instill a sense of mindfulness, urging people to choose righteousness over sin, kindness over cruelty, and sincerity over hypocrisy. On the Day of Judgment, their recordings will be presented before each individual, leaving no room for denial or dispute. Every person will be shown the book of their deeds, a comprehensive account of their lifetime. The righteous will rejoice as they see their good deeds preserved, while the wrongdoers will tremble at the realization that nothing was forgotten. Some will be shocked at the level of detail, questioning how even the smallest actions were recorded. Yet, the reality will be undeniable, for these angels never faltered in their duty. Unlike human scribes who may tire, forget, or make mistakes, Raqib and Atid are infallible in their task. Their unwavering vigilance serves as a testament to the perfect justice of Allah, ensuring that every person is held accountable for their choices. Knowing that these angels are always near, writing without pause, should serve as a motivation to live a life of integrity and righteousness. Their presence is not meant to instill fear alone, but to encourage self-awareness, pushing individuals to be conscious of their actions and strive toward goodness. In this world, many may believe that their deeds are hidden, but nothing escapes the record of these two angels. Their existence is a reminder that accountability is inevitable, and the choices made in this life will determine the fate of the soul in the next. The angel of death is one of the most solemn figures in Islamic belief, carrying out the divine duty of extracting souls when their appointed time arrives. He does not act of his own will, but follows the precise command of Allah, taking each soul at the exact moment decreed. His presence is inevitable, and no one, regardless of status or power, can escape his reach. While many refer to him as Azrael, this name is not explicitly mentioned in the Quran or in authentic hadith, and it remains uncertain whether this is his actual name. What is known with certainty is that his role is one of absolute obedience, ensuring that every soul transitions from this world to the next in accordance with divine decree. The experience of encountering the angel of death differs depending on the individual's faith and deeds. For a believer who lived a righteous life, the moment of death is a transition filled with mercy and peace. When their time arrives, the angel approaches with gentleness, accompanied by a company of angels bearing good tidings. Their soul is removed as easily as a drop of water slipping from a vessel, with no struggle or fear. The departing believer is greeted with reassurance, as the angels declare the promise of Allah's mercy and paradise. The grave becomes a place of comfort, and a window to paradise is opened for them, allowing them to rest in tranquility until the day of judgment. For the wicked and disbelievers, however, the experience is one of terror and agony. When the angel of death arrives for them, he does not come alone but is accompanied by angels of punishment, bearing dark and ominous faces. Instead of a gentle extraction, the soul clings to the body in fear, resisting its departure. The angel forcefully pulls it out, likened in the hadith to a thorny branch being ripped through wet wool, causing immense suffering. The wicked soul is met with curses and warnings, and its grave becomes a place of torment, where a window to hell is opened. The punishment begins immediately as they await their final judgment, dreading the horrors that are yet to come. The process of death is a moment of truth, a realization of everything that was promised in life, but often ignored. In that instant, the unseen becomes visible, and the reality of the afterlife becomes undeniable. There is no negotiation, no second chance, and no delay. The angel of death does not show emotion or hesitation, for his duty is to execute Allah's command without deviation. His arrival marks the separation of the soul from the body, a passage from the temporary world into the eternal realm of the hereafter. Every person, whether righteous or sinful, will eventually meet him. His presence is a certainty, yet the way he arrives and the experience that follows depend entirely on how one has lived their life. His duty is neither cruel nor compassionate. It is a divine decree that unfolds with absolute justice, ensuring that every soul reaches its rightful destination. Angels play an essential role in the divine order of creation, serving as Allah's faithful servants who carry out his commands without hesitation or deviation. They exist in a realm unseen by human eyes, yet their presence is constant, shaping the world in ways that most people rarely contemplate. From the moment of birth to the final breath, they remain near, fulfilling their responsibilities with unwavering obedience. Some, like Jibreel, serve as messengers of revelation, delivering the word of Allah to his chosen prophets. Others, like Mika'il, govern the forces of nature, ensuring that rain falls and sustenance reaches all living beings. Israfil stands ready to sound the trumpet that will signal the end of time, while Malik oversees the justice of hell, ensuring that divine punishment is carried out without compromise. The angels of questioning, Munkar and Nakir, approach the dead in their graves, testing their faith in the most crucial moment of the afterlife. Meanwhile, Raqib and Atid record every action, ensuring that no deed, whether good or evil, goes unnoticed. Finally, the angel of death arrives at the appointed hour, marking the transition from this world to the next, reminding all of the temporary nature of life. Although angels remain unseen, their impact on human existence is profound. Their presence serves as a reminder that the physical world is not all that exists, and that a divine system governs every aspect of life and the hereafter. They carry out their duties with absolute precision, ensuring that Allah's will is fulfilled at every moment. Their existence should strengthen faith, instilling both hope and accountability in the hearts of believers. Knowing that angels accompany every person at all times should encourage mindfulness in actions and speech. The presence of Raqib and Atid, writing down every word and deed, serves as a motivation to seek righteousness, knowing that nothing is ever forgotten. The certainty of Munkar and Nakir's questioning should remind people to live with sincerity, ensuring that faith is deeply rooted in their hearts and not merely spoken with the tongue. The knowledge that Israfil stands ready to announce the final hour should inspire urgency in worship, for no one knows when their time will come. The creation of angels is a testament to Allah's wisdom, demonstrating his ability to establish a perfect system in which justice, mercy, and divine will operate in harmony. Unlike humans, who are tested through free will, angels do not have the ability to disobey. They serve as a contrast to human nature, highlighting the gift of choice and the responsibility that comes with it. Their existence is not just a matter of belief, but a reality that influences the unseen forces of the world. They are neither to be worshipped nor feared, but acknowledged as part of Allah's creation, fulfilling roles that reinforce his divine order. Every believer should reflect on their presence, recognizing that they are not alone in their journey. Angels serve as protectors, witnesses, and enforcers of divine decree, ensuring that life and the afterlife unfold exactly as Allah has willed. Their existence is a reminder that everything is accounted for, that mercy and justice are both absolute, and that the ultimate return is to the Creator. In this knowledge, one should strive to live a life of faith, sincerity, and righteousness, always mindful that the unseen world is closer than it seems. The world we see is only part of the reality Allah has created. The unseen world, filled with angels carrying out His divine will, reminds us that every action has meaning, every choice has consequences, and every soul will one day stand before its Creator. Let this knowledge inspire us to live with faith, sincerity, and righteousness. If you found this video beneficial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Islamic Insights for more thought-provoking discussions on faith, spirituality, and the wisdom of Islam. May Allah guide us all on the straight path and grant us understanding of His divine plan.